Hey guys, and welcome to this tutorial. Today I'm going to show you how you can make this weapon a cycle from GTA. So I show you what I got. So here we are in game now. If we press a key, I made it the C key. We have the selection here. You can see here it prints the current position of the arrow. So here we got weapon 1, 2, unequip, and 3. So if I press weapon 1, it will equip weapon 1. If I press weapon 2, it equips weapon 2. And unequip, it just deletes the smash. So yeah, that's all. And let's begin. So open up Epic Launcher and open up your Unreal Project browser. Let's create a new third-person project. I will call this GTA Pi. And let's create this. So once the project loaded, open up here your content folder and let's create a new folder. Let's call this Pi menu. So to actually have this Pi menu, we actually need some images. So I created these 4 images here and uploaded them. They are 250 in height, those two, and these are 250 also in height. So this is how we also need to make our UMG widgets. So if you want to have more than 4 parts, you just need to separate them. So go to your desktop and put in those 4 and the arrow. And let's create a widget blueprint, which will be our GTA Pi menu. So next up, let's open up our third-person character and let's create this widget on button press. So I will use the tab key and we need a boolean. So this window is open, question mark. If we press, this will be open. If we don't press, this will be false. So this predicts that we can't select a weapon when the window isn't open. So here we create the widget, which will be our Pi menu. Let's promote this to a variable so we have access to it. So this one will be Pi menu ref. So, and from this one we need to set it to the viewport so it will actually shown. And then we need the get player controller. Whoops. Get player controller, from which we set the show mouse cursor. So this one. So with this variable we can hide and show the mouse cursor. So we want to show the mouse cursor, and we also want to ignore lock on input, so we can't actually move the camera. Whoops, not reset. Set ignore lock. Okay. There it is. So this one will be true. And we also want to set the input mode to game and UI. And of course the widget, which will be focused, will be here our menu ref. So, like this. Then let's make the onReleased. So when we release here, we want to remove from parent. Can't remove, so let's get here and remove this from parent. Like this. And then we need here those two. And of course set ignore should be to false again. And the input mode will be the game only. So now we have our default values onReleased. So next up, let's work on our UMG widget. So let's get to the Pi menu and open up the GTA Pi menu. So first we want to have a size box here, so we can set this to 500 or which width and height we want. So I use this 500 here. Size to content, let's actually anchor this to the middle. So we have here middle. Let's now make this minus 250, minus 250. Now we can set the anchor to the left top. So this is the middle position of this screen. Yeah, next up we have an overlay, so we can stack there our folder, our structure to the overlay. Make a horizontal box, and inside this horizontal box, which will be here filled, also do a vertical box, and this will be our first vertical box. So let's say we need their overlay again to have image and text in this vertical box. So we get an image, and we can also add text to it like this. So now we have this vertical box and we want to have it duplicated into this horizontal box. So now we have two vertical boxes with a width of 250, so he will be the left and the right icon. So let's open this up and let's make this fill. And let's make the overlay to fill. The same for this one. Fill like this. So let's start with this image here. So this will be our left. So grab the left one. Save, and this one will be our right one. So get the right, this one, compile and save. So next we have here, so next we want now to divide it here in the middle. So we take a vertical box, put this in the overlay. So now we fill this, and inside the vertical box we want to get a horizontal box. Let's say we want this vertical box with an overlay again. And click on the overlay, make this to fill. And we want, of course, image again and the text. So here image will also filled and text. Now we can duplicate this horizontal box and into the vertical box. So now it's divided here in the middle part. And we can actually set the images. So this will be the top one. And here we have the bottom one. So where is it? Bottom. There it is. And that's it, how we set up our image. So now let's, for the text, set it to the middle. Give him a top padding of 15 maybe. Let's do this for this one. Let's see. This is the top one. So bottom 15. This text block is this one on the right. So we want to translate it, so to transform it with an angle of 90 degrees. And then we want to align it to the middle, and on the left we give him 15. And the last thing for this text block, you can give it a right of 15, middle, and of course here minus 19, like this. So now it's perfectly set it up. You can close this here. One thing I forgot is the arrow, so we want to open up here overlay again. So grab the overlay and grab a normal image, which will be in the middle, and it will contain our arrow. This and the image size, I don't remember it, so I open it up, and here 15 by 15. It's a bit small, let's just scale it up to 100. Compile and save. And now we're finished with this part. Let's go to the graph editor and let's start here with the event construct. we actually want to have the position of our size box, so we make it to a variable. We pull it in here. To get the position, we need to convert it or to get it as a slot as canvas. Now we have the canvas slot of this size box, and from them we can get the position of the size box. So now we have the position of the size box, this position here. And now to determine the center, we know we have here 500, here 500. So we go 215, 215, and we are in the middle. So we add to this position, where is it? There. The half of our size box, which is 215 by 215. And then we promote this to variable we can access, so location. So now we have the location of our arrow. Next up, we need to get the actual position of our mouse. For this, we make a new function, getCurrent, and we want to make a branch, if branch, and we actually don't need the if branch, delete it just, and we just need a location. Need to split this. Then we want to make a vector of it, only for x and y because we are 2D, and we want to get player controller. From this we want to get the actual mouse position scaled by dpi, this one, and we also want to make a vector of this. Now with these two vectors we want to find the rotation, so find look at rotation, this is our target, and our rotator will be splitted, and we only need to actually get that value and add an offset of 19. So this will be our local angle, so we have the current angle of the mouse position. So we get this together here, and let's set also the render picture of this picture here. This is, let's call this just aim arrow, and grab this in here, and we want to set this rotation to be as the one of the angles. So now it rotates the image as where the mouse is. So next up, we need to determine where we want to set our locations. So get a new a new function which will be select button, and for this one we need 4 variables which will be our selection variables, so we know which one we selected. So this one will be image 1, top one, image 2, image 3, and image 4. Let's actually rename here the images. So top one is image 1. Let's say VM1. This is image bottom, image 3. Then we have here the right one, which is image 2. Whoops, my mistake. Let's get these details back. Image 2, and the last one is image 4. There it is. Yeah, IM4. So now from the selection button we want to set here our booleans. So grab this into this so we can access them. select it. So compile and save. Get back to the get current, and now we need to get here our select button. So now we need to actually experiment a bit with the local angle, and I came across that here is the 0 value, and here we have minus 45, and here is 45. So we actually need to get the angle and set greater than 45 and less. Oh, sorry, here is of course minus 45, and here is 45. And so if these two are true, then our selection is on image 1. Can copy this over. Let's copy everything over here. So if our selection is between 45 and here we have 45, then here is 90 and here is 135. So our selection is between 45 and 135. Then it's image 2. And if our selection is between 135 and, let's grab this here, here is 118 and here is 225. So got 225. And for the last one, this is the part where it's a bit buggy for me, because it starts to go here at this point to minus. So we have here from 225 to 217, and then from here we have minus 90 to minus 45. I don't know why it's here. I think it comes from the offset. We set it here. So let's work with this. So we have here the 225 to 217, yeah, which are the first, or we have here minus 90, which is the 217 to minus 45. And if one of these two is true, we have selected image 4. So now to actually get this done, or start this, we could work with a timer, but I think I will just go with the event tick, and let's rework this. The event tick is not so good, so we actually want to cast here. So let's actually make a custom event, which will be start selection, and we actually want to grab this here. So start selection, so it starts here. Compile this, and of course compile this. So now it's a good function, and we want to start the selection, and from the start selection we grab a delay, so we can make this every 0.1 second. Want to do get current, and then we go back here. Let's make this a bit faster. This is now the speed of this one, and let's actually make another custom event, which will be end selection, and this one will close the gate. Maybe. Yeah, let's do it like this one. This one will close the gate, and the start selection will open it. Okay. So let's test it like this. Start closed, no, start opened. and we will test this in a few seconds. So let's get our image 1, and we want to set here the color if we are in range for this. So create a binding for this, and let's get the select color function. So here we want to have the normal one, and here we want to have greenish color like GTA has. And this is if a1 is true. And I think this will not work here, so let's close this up, get this dot selection here. Let's test this. So here let's get here like this. Now it's smoother. Yeah. So to actually end the selection, we want to make here a if. Let's get this here and this one, this. If a boolean called can select question mark if this one is true. So at the start it's true, and then we want to set it to false if we make the end selection. So here end selection, to grab this first, and then here to remove from parent, compile and save. And we actually, if we actually call this again, we want to set this to true. Then we can go here in. So this is just a small check if it's that it's stopped when we closed. Next, let's do the color for all images. So get here image 2, create binding. Let's grab image 4, create binding. And let's actually image 3, create binding for color and opacity. Let's get here this one, and let's copy this over. So you can use here the colors you want. I will just work with this. So for 4, get image 4, and for 3, actually get image 3. So now we can compile, test, save and test it. So tap, and it's working perfectly on the edges. So the very last thing we have to do is to add a left mouse button click, and for this we need the function which would call the selection. And for this we grab here our 4 booleans and we get them all in, and we need for them all an if. So if 1 is true, we want to return with, whoops, not with here, with an output of image 1, image 2, image 3, and image. So now we have here our 4 booleans, and if 1 is true, it's returns 1 as true. If this one is false, check for image 2, and we also return here, but now not with image 1, but with image 2 selected. Can do the same for image 3 and for image 4. So here we duplicate these two and let's connect them up. So we got here image 3 and we got image 4. And the last thing here will be none if we have an arrow. So compile and save, and let's get back to the third person character. Let's get a left mouse click or mouse button down. So if it's pressed, we grab our pie menu and we want to call this selection. And we just do this within branch. So if our window is open, we can only actually get the whole functions. So next up, we can make here some branches. So if 1 is true, do this, if 2 is true, do this, blah blah. And to actually test this, I show you this with a weapon. To get the weapon in our project, we will click here on add new, add future content, and we will just add here the first person shooter to this project. So we actually get the weapon. And before we continue, let's actually get our mesh and add some sockets here. Actually, no, we don't need sockets. Let's do this very basic with skeletal mesh components. So here we want to make the FP gun. We make a child of the mesh, and then we want to set it. Why is it so like this? Now it's the child. And let's make it to the index of the arm somewhere here. Don't need to be so exactly, I just want to show you how you can do this. So now we have here the perfect position of the left arm slot, and we can actually duplicate this and make this again child of this one, but we will this time use the index 01 of the right finger. And we first zero everything out here, so we get the position of the right. Then we just rotate this. So let's make this a bit better here. That's not correctly. So it's just to show you how we attach this weapon, or how we could actually attach. Because we don't use the attach, we will just set a skeleton. Yeah, that's how we do this. So now we can actually remove the skeletal meshes here, compile and save, and we can now from the true grab here our mesh. Or no, let's actually get here our left arm slot and set skeletal mesh. And if this is true, we want to set the FP gun. Get here branch from default. If it's image 2, we also do this, but with the right arm slot. And if it's image 3, which is the bottom one, we unequip this to, oh, let's like this. And here we need to make this to none. So this works here. I can test this now. I press tab, and if I click here, it's there. And if I click this one, we have those two weapons. And if I click here, these are away. So for the fur thing, we can actually show you how to attach an actor to component, because a lot of you guys asked me. So here it is. So actually we need just to grab here our mesh and attach to component. So this is the new one, and to actually attach this to component, we need a socket. So let's grab here our mannequin and let's add a socket here to the spine. So add socket. So this is the socket. Let's grab it a bit out here, and we need to copy the name. Back in our third person character, we make here the socket and we put in here snap to target. Now we need no, this is not our target, this is our parent. So the target will be of FP guns. So let's create a new variable which will be FP or skeletal mesh component, I think was the correct one. Let's test this, compile, let's set this one, set skeletal mesh, let's first set this to this KFP gun, and then we can target this. So now let's test this. Now let me look into this. So actually just delete here the set skeletal mesh, and let's spawn actor from class. And here we actually need to make now our gun. So let's create an actor from our gun here. So create, this don't work, so let's create an actor here, weapon. Open up the weapon, add the skeletal mesh to this weapon, delete the FP gun, compile and save. Then in our character here we need to set this to a weapon, and we actually want to get this one attached. To compile here we make a transform, so like this. Let's test this out, and it spawns here our weapon without good rotation. So let's actually get here. Let's see. So you need to play with these values here. So let's test this out. Nope, this does nothing. So it just gives us an arrow. So here we have an arrow, so let's check here is valid. So only if it's valid it should remove from parent. And then here in our small thing, like this 0 here. Okay, I don't think this works here, but let's test just here the Y. And no, it doesn't rotate here, so these values are defaults, and we need to actually work here with the mannequin and his socket. So let's rotate this by 90 degrees. Let's play and test this, and now it's better. So let's grab here a bit more. No, maybe -20 was this the correct one. Let's test. Yeah, this looks far better. Yeah, that's how you attach an actor to components. And let's actually grab here our two weapons. On the unequip, we just unequip this. We could also say that we destroy here the actors. So let's promote this to variable weapon ref. Connect this together, and here where we set them to unequip, we say destroy actor. Let's test this out. So here, yeah, this works now. So yeah, that's all for this tutorial. Thank you for watching, and yeah, if you have any questions or tips, yeah, just leave a comment, and yeah, have a nice day. Bye.